Welcome everybody. We are back. Apparently this is working. I uh I went back to use not StreamYards and StreamYards was messing up. It looks like everything's set up. So thanks for stopping in, Anthony, Victor, and Hartman. Should be a good day. We got gonna do some superflex. I have 60 68 done. I was looking through some of my earlier ones. They feel reasonably good. I done this one today. Daniel Jones at 83 feels like cheating right now. Absolutely. Who's ready? My my stuff's lagging pretty bad, so let me know if it's choppy or if I need to fix anything. And thanks for showing up, Carls. Who hizzle? Super flexing all day. Yeah, so like all the backups, I will just go to our lads and kind of go through the ones that I like. Hey, thank you, Hartman. We got uh but yeah, like so so Joe Milton, all right. Never mind, we're not gonna do that. So like Joe Milton is a really good pick. Uh Dak tends to get hurt here and there, right? So I don't mind him as a late round pick. Like and a lot of those backups, and we'll get into that as we stream. Uh we got 13 already in here. That's awesome. Love the Who crew. If you're just popping in, smash that like. I'm looking for the lobby real quick. All right, we got a 30-second super flex, puppy but super flex. I guess the 20-second option is gone. Looks like the 20-second option is gone now on the puppy but super flex. So we will be entering the 30-second in 10 seconds. And yeah, so like uh Jaden Daniels got banged up a little last year. Marcus Mariota played in 2 games. So he's a good one. Lamar's had seasons where he's been banged up, which makes Cooper Rush a reasonable guy. We have, like, I actually think just for Matt Stafford's age, like, if you get like, let's say you end up with Devontae Smith or Puka and you have a solid team built, like, why not tack on Jimmy Garoppolo? He's the backup there. So, like we've seen Jimmy Garoppolo be reasonably okay, and as a 20th round pick, like why not? Why not throw a dart, right? Yeah, I've been living at the back end of these drafts. We got Fantasy Dog at the 10, FK Coolers at the 9. I got the 12 spot. I from the 11th spot, I was close to getting the JJ Jameer Gibbs. So and I tried something interesting yesterday that didn't work out. I tried to go Nico Collins, Herbert, and then Stroud McConkey. And the Justin Jefferson drafter here took Stroud when it was just Stroud and McCarthy available. I guess he was hoping to get both of them back, but let me tell you, he did not get McCarthy back. He spent the rest of the draft taking every possible Viking so I couldn't get any. And I just laughed about it because like I still got Herbert McConkey and Nico, which is going to be reasonably rare. I just didn't get the Stroud on top of it. So like I got JJ McCarthy there, and just to spite him in the 20th round, I threw on a Ty Felton. Just hoping that angered the dude a little bit. I am not going to do the 7 sprints because I work 12 hours tomorrow. So if I started to do them, I wouldn't be able to get them done. And that that promo didn't come out until like noon today, or I didn't see it until noon, which means I would have had to do them the entire day. So yeah, like I'm not taking much Ty Felton, but it's a 20th round pick. I had JJ McCarthy, and the guy spent his whole draft trying to make sure I couldn't take any of them. So like it felt pretty good. I did not know that. I'll probably just not do it though. Honestly, I do want to do a bunch of sprints, but I'm not. I definitely would rather do 20 eliminators than 10 sprints. So I want to make sure I I keep my bankroll for that. Hey, thank you, sir. I think uh I think Minnesota Headhunter's part of the group, the community as well. I've seen him in several of my drafts. So if you have best ball overlay, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but if you have a slow going, it will like try to correlate everything there. So when you get into a lobby, if you just hit F5 or refresh, it will reset to what that current lobby is. So it doesn't show the additional things if you were not aware of that. Have been in a non underdog place, but glad to catch you. Hey, thank you for showing up. I know you said you were going to try to stream today, but you weren't sure if you'd be able to. I want Gibbs, and I think I want some Bo Nix here. Any excuse for me to take Pat Bryant? Um, Pat Bryant getting awesome reviews right now. Apparently, him and Evan Ingram are destroying camp. So that is fantastic for my. I have 37% Pat Bryant in the Superflex contest right now. So I need more. Chad, my mornings have been brutal. Yeah, I've woke up a couple times and looked, and he's not been there, and I've been a little sad. A little sad. Totally fair. I love the sprint. I want to do him. No, like I'm actually really into it. I just buying the streaming tools and stuff, like that's eating into the bankroll that I would have used for uh, some contest, and I will do some. I just want to make like I'm gonna make sure I have the money to do what I want to do, or to advance the stream before I do extra drafts. Like there is a rake back. It is a lot different. I can find it if you want. Um, like it maxes out at it's by dollar amount instead of by draft number, and I will find it real here in a bit. But I believe it's $50,000 to like hit the max. Uh, what's up? My mind is a weapon. Thank you for showing up, dude. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Underdog Rakeback 2025. Okay, I will look for that later. Rake baddies, you get $1 back for every $10,000 you spend, basically. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty good stuff. Well, they kind of got trolled when they put out their one this year because it's kind of insane. Because last year was by draft number, and you got like what 10%? like a thousand like it was 1,000 drafts, I believe, to max it. Uh, I think the rakeback starts at like BBM max. Okay. Yeah, so if you're just popping in, or if you're over on the Twitter side, come on over to the YouTube side, jump into the chat, socialize with people, smash the like for me, smash the sub, would be appreciated. So I haven't used the OBS for a while. I decided to use it since StreamYard was being weird for other people. And it looks different. 3 hours sleep. That's where I like to be. Okay, so Hartman here has the facts. $3,750 to $10,000 is 20%. 10 to 20K is 25%. 20 to 30K is 30%, etc. Those are the actual numbers. Got it. I mean, 20% at 3K, like that's a little bit. It's not an extravagant. It's not what it was last year. Last year's was actually pretty nice. I got like, yep. Hey, no problem. The Who crew is here. And by the way, crew 1982, Hartman, who just gave you all that information, he also has a YouTube channel. It is Hartman Fantasy Football. And I will get to everyone else who has a channel throughout the stream. Yeah, I am maxes out at 50K for 50%. Every other increment is 5%. Yeah, so like and by the way, rake back, it's off of the rake they take. It's not 20% of the 3,750. So it's 20% of the, I would assume, $375 that you put in. Right. So that'd be what? $70, something like that. So you spend almost $4,000 and you get $70 back. So I think I will take, do I, how do I want to do this? I don't get to Jordan Love too often. I did take a team with him earlier today. I want JJ McCarthy for the Week 17 bring back because I think him and Trevor Lawrence are fairly similar. Um, the Jefferson drafter had a chance to take him here. He was never going to make it back, especially with me here on the end trying to do things. I'm disappointed at how long it took me to notice that MB in the Brewers glove logo. I I don't know. There's a lot of players that feel too cheap, man. I just think that there's a really good concentration of talent this year. Like you'll pick your stands, but like you can pretty much argue from. I mean, some people could argue with Penix, but like from Trevor Lawrence all the way up to like Brock Purdy, you could pretty much argue who you like. Like now, I'm going to take whatever I have stacked and reasonably close to ADP, but you could pretty much like if you took Jordan Love above Brock Purdy, I'm not, I don't think that's objectively bad or anything, right? Like the whole tier of quarterbacks is very flat. So many new players feel good until like week 3. Yeah. Oh yeah. So many players. Love, one of my favorite values, easy. People forget he was quarterback 5 and hampered by that week 1 injury. Right. And he absolutely was hampered by that too. For sure. We had I just can't get, and with as much Matthew Golden as I have, I'm surprised I don't have more Jordan Love. The problem is I take a lot of Drake May and Justin Fields, and I end up in a situation where I'm not able to also take Jordan Love because those are either my second quarterback or I'm on this side of the board and Love goes on the other side of the board in both formats actually. Welcome JT, thanks for popping in. I've pushed Love to the 2-3 turn just to get some combos. You mean the 4-5 turn or oh, you've brought him up. Yeah. I did something pretty fun in a schnauzer yesterday. Let me bring it up. Actually, this. So what I did, I'll just. I know what it was. I'll just say. So I brought Lamar Jackson up to pair with T Higgins, to also pair with Josh Jacobs for a Week 17 correlation. So I got a unique Jamar Chase in that correlation. So I'm doing that in a time box because that way it won't be like if things shift later, it's not that big of a deal. But I ended up getting Jordan Love on that team. I don't mind stacking Week 17 game stacks. Like if I get to Week 17, fantastic. I'm at Week 17. Do I care that I only have one game I can hit? I'm in Week 17. I'm happy, like so I did that and that team actually feels pretty solid. Packers were number 2, rush rate over expected behind Eagles. Yeah, I that's the reason I can't get into it as much. I do think that Matthew Golden is going to massively change the way that team operates. For sure. So he's probably taken 2 quarterbacks here. I feel pretty solid with those guys. Harvey's been slipping quite a bit. I got I know it's DK, but on DK I got RJ Harvey last night at pick 69 and Gamblestein got RJ Harvey at 68. So do I want I think I just which one of these players do I want? I definitely want James Cook. And then I I'm going to love the wide receivers to come back to me. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take some Chuba. I massively prefer Hampton. But I don't have much. I haven't got. I like Chuba as a click. I just haven't got to it a lot in the superflex. I agree. More suggesting they go close to league average. Packers defense isn't great. Yeah, yeah. That is absolutely true. Like I'm trying to. That's one reason I've been kind of targeting certain teams. Like I want to be overweight Carolina because I believe their offense is going to be improved and their defense is still going to be bad. Need to get back in a DK draft. Been like a kid in the candy store. Yeah, dude. Because there's so many draft types over here, like different styles of tournaments and everything. Yeah, so yeah, that draft on DraftKings. Every time you draft on DraftKings after drafting predominantly on Underdog, it feels Feels way different. So let's see what Fantasy Dog's doing. He's got Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Jonathan Taylor, Michael Penix, Terry McLaurin, and Mike Evans for the stack. I like it. Jonathan Taylor is a smash pick in this for sure. Coolers gets the little discount on Brian Thomas because he hurt his little knee. I mean, it was an absolute minor thing. Ends up with his three quarterbacks: Mahomes, McCaffrey, Brian Thomas, CJ Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, and Hampton. You're welcome on the Hampton. I thought about bringing Harvey up, but he has been falling pretty far. So there was a very slight chance that he makes it back. So I mean, probably not past Coolers, but since Coolers is a reasonable drafter, we got a. But man, I can't. Yeah, that's you always end up in these drafts, and half the time you don't realize it. Uh, so what do you guys think about J.K. Dobbins moving up to like he's already been pushed up to 140, like in a normal style draft? Do you guys think that's too much? You think that's right? What's your take on it? And then has R.J. Harvey fallen too far? I believe Dobbins in the mid 140s is fine. I've seen people take him all the way up to like 130, like early 130s, and I can't chase him all the way up there. Uh, Also in news today, I seen Miles Sanders is taking first team reps at Dallas. So, and I also seen Miles Sanders picked at 160 a couple times. So, if you've been in on Miles Sanders, you may end up having some CLV. There's a player I would absolutely love to make it back to me. He never does whenever I have certain players. Um, but one reason I want to start taking a little more Jordan Love is because I actually really like Savion Williams as a dart throw at the end of drafts. When in doubt, coffee. Words to live by right there. Words to live by. I mean, I replace coffee with energy drinks, which is the more unhealthy version of coffee. But that's the path that I've chose. Yep, Savion. Yeah, I am definitely Savion over Wicks. I will click Wicks here and there, but he was open all the time last year, and drops aren't sticky, as the saying goes. I mean, I will smash this player if he makes it to me. Uh, I was in a draft with you this AM. Yes, I was off stream, and I feel like I had a really good draft. I I really liked my draft. You drafted a pretty solid team as well. I was at the 12. I was at the 12 or 11 hole then as well. Also, I figured that was going to happen. That's how this works. We got probably take. I have a hard time not clicking DeAndre's or Quinshon Judkins. Went ahead and took George Pickens. I don't know what my other pick's gonna be. I don't really love the Swift pick, but I do need to take him some. Pacheco won't make it back. I'll go ahead and just take Swift. It feels fine. You got two players I don't get too much. Actually, three players I don't get too much in Superflex, all on this team. I was yelling for you earlier in the chat. Yeah, he was. So yeah, the Miles Sanders news is pretty big. I'd been clicking him a little bit, but not enough. But in my slows, I'm probably gonna start hitting him pretty hard. I have a bunch of slows picking at like 170, 180 right now. So if I need a RB, I will definitely be smashing some Miles Sanders. What's up, Big Draft Energy? You have free will. You literally don't have to take Swift. No, yeah, I get it, and I love Quinshon Judkins as a prospect, and if that offense is mildly okay, like if they just improved to 17 points a game, which is a three and a half, 4 point increase from what they were last. I think they're projected at like 13 and a half. If they end up scoring like 17 a game, which is still low for the in the NFL, like Judkins will be a smash as a RB1 there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Big Draft Energy's wife does like puts those together for him. I don't actually have TikTok, so I don't watch them. So this is a good question. Top five rookie RB sleepers that you think has an immediate impact. If we're talking sleepers, um, I mean, a lot of people know all these people, um, but I like. There's a pretty decent avenue that Brashard Smith ends up just in the Jerick McKinnon role. If he ends up landing that role, he will be useful. He probably like a solid play, never a huge play, but a solid play. As far as like if we're just talking like sleep like the late people, I'm really big on Bayshaw Tootin. Uh Not necessarily as a talent thing, more as they drafted two guys. Like it's a brand new regime. They have no allegiance to Travis Etienne or Tank Bigsby, and they came in and drafted two players. And I don't see that. Yes, one of them was a seventh round pick, and he's a pass blocking specialist. But that's a way to get on the field, right? So I think that Bayshaw Tootin is a fantastic rookie pick right now as a absolute home run. He will be nothing or a home run hit. The good ETN. Yeah, I've actually been clicking some ETN. Travis or Trevor. I've been doing it since day one. Anyone know why they got? I do not know why. I noticed that as I was about to. Yeah. Okay. So you're talking about late last round picks. Um, I would love to get Hawkinson. This is like the fourth time this weekend or this week I've taken McCarthy at the turn, and Hawkinson got taken at that pick every single time. I feel, yeah, let's do this. We will take TJ Hawkinson with a stack, and then we will take Matthew Golden with a stack. So the ones I like in the last round, Trevor Etienne, I think has a decent chance. Uh, Taj Brooks has no like. I'm not that worried about Zach Moss. Like Zach Moss was okay last year, but he had a neck injury, right? Like that's kind of a scary thing. I want nothing to do with Woody Marks. I didn't really take him before. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt does kind of have somewhat of a chance. Like I don't click him very often, but I have clicked him here and there. I I still love Damian Martinez. It's just that he fell into an awful situation with the best 1-2 or the second best 1-2 in the league in Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet. Uh, I mean, they might be the third best now, but they're a top five 1-2. But we know that offense wants to run the ball. On the bright side, the same uh, leg that was bothering old Kenneth Walker the third last year is already bothering him in camp. Like he had an entire offseason and it's bothering him again. Like that's that's not great. So there could be that could just be a lingering issue for a while. And I mean, I had 37% Martinez in pre-draft, so I also had a bunch of Kenneth Walker. So I lose either way, but I also win either way. Uh, Taj Brooks is a good dart. Coaches aren't even talking about. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think Taj Brooks is the best one down there. Like, let me scroll down and look at the names. Jarquez Hunter is the one. I have a bunch of Jarquez Hunter. I don't know if you consider him a late round dart, but whenever they brought Jarquez Hunter in, they were talking about how they wanted to add explosive plays out of the backfield to their offense, which means that they already envision a role for him. Uh, so I've been on him for a while. As you've seen, I had like 18% on Jarquez. Chad, your message got restricted for some reason. Not sure what. Are you putting pictures in there again, Chad? He said something about the coaches said, and then it deleted it. I don't know why. Latest word from Jab Camp about Tootin is about being behind LeQuint. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've not heard that. Maybe I will stop clicking him. I did realize that I took I got I got a Tootin share at 140 yesterday. So okay. Got it. I was trying to figure out what happened. Um yeah, no, I had not heard that Tootin was supposedly behind LeQuint Allen. Is this a beat writer? Because if it's a beat writer, I probably don't respect it, honestly. Depending on who the beat writer was. Yeah, like LeQuint Allen was drafted because he has an absolute role. Like he has something he does, and he does it incredibly well. And Tootin was always a project. Like on underdog, like I don't want Tootin in the like marathons and stuff near as often. I want him in contest like this to where the back end of the season matters more. All right. I've been clicking a lot of Tyler Warren, but I could take Tucker Craft here, and I think I want. Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. I'm going to take Tucker Craft, and then I'm going to take Keon Coleman as my wide receiver 3. I usually go thinner at wide receiver in these. I can be done at tight end. This is more tight end firepower than I usually will draft, but I got both of them stacked up, which feels nice. There are some wide receivers I like at the very end of the draft. Beat writer said Allen was getting reps with T Law and Tootin was taking snaps with Mullins. I mean, that's fine. Uh, I'm perfectly fine with that, honestly. Like they draft like whenever you're an insane pass protector, you have a clear path to a starting role. Like that may be a role just on third and long, but I if one of them was going to be behind the other one early on, like or one was going to have a dedicated role, I would always have thought that was going to be LeQuint Allen. And where we any world, I mean, we've been wrong on the tight end for the Packers the last like 5 years, right? Because there was the Tunyon year that nobody had him, and then the next year everyone had him, and he didn't do anything. And then they draft like, and then I think there was like a was there a year in between? Yeah, I didn't know if I was articulating that right, but like, yes, he was a seventh round pick, but at the same time, like, they know what his role is going to be, and he needs to learn to play his role. He has to get good at pass protecting, which is what he was fantastic. Like his blocking is awesome. So, and they did spend, they drafted two guys this year, and there's definitely a world where ETN just beats out Tootin. I think that by the mid-season, we're going to see Tootin at least explode. And like I was saying, like for total points, like a drafters or something, I think that Tootin is a much worse pick than he is in a setup like this where it goes to playoff situations late in the season. Thank you, Fantasy Dog, for the support. All right, so I mean, I do want another running back. I feel really good about this group. If I take one more, and I like a lot of the guys here, like I'll bring Dobbins up. Like he doesn't catch the ball a lot, but it is a team correlation bet if that happens. I'm also always up for taking Rashad White. Like his role to me feels locked in. And if I would take both of them and be done, I would take Hollywood over either one of those. I don't have a chief. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this. In a vacuum, I like Kyle Williams over Hollywood. But for the week 17, I have them ranked the same. Hollywood and Kyle Williams, they're ranked like very close together. And apparently Efton Chisholm is dominating camp right now. So that pick does feel a little worse. I've been back defending a little bit as well with some of the stuff I say. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Thank you. Thank you for coming here, Thad, and blessing us. You will not be fined. I promise. We have so the team so far, we have a 3-5-4-2. Bo Nix, McCarthy, Jordan Love, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Chuba Hubbard, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins. Wide receivers, Pickens, Golden, Keon Coleman, Hollywood. Tight ends, Hawkinson and Tucker Kraft. We're done there. We're pretty close to done at running back. Like I might add on like a Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt or a very late Dart. But we're probably going to add like four more receivers. Like definitely taking our next 4 picks are probably going to be forced to be receiver unless there's a massive fall. Something that is kind of interesting is with all of the tight end values being as low as they are right now, a lot of the tight ends in rounds like in superflex and in regular style from like 14 to 17 project better than the wide receivers. So taking a third tight end that has a possibility to hit the flex, like, makes some sense. Uh, it probably doesn't happen a ton, but like, it is a safer way to like. It is definitely a safer thing to do. I think it was Hayden Winks talking about that, about how they just project way better. And at the end of the day, like, we do want a team that projects to score the most points. Yeah, you want to take your shots, and I'm not saying draft four tight ends, but like taking a third tight end, even with a Brock Bowers, like if you're taking Hunter Henry versus Wandale Robinson, like they probably like, or Bretton Strange over Wandale, like they probably Strange might actually project better in non PPR, right? Like tight end, I'm gonna guess Strange is gonna be more likely to get a touchdown in the red zone than Wandale. How many touchdowns did Wandale have last year? Three. And Strange on limited play had two. So like, I think that that's something that I'm gonna mix in a little more. Something I didn't think I would ever actually do. You guys are gonna be shocked at where my draft takes me. You're gonna be shocked that I'm about to select Pat Bryant. I'm gonna pass on Dobbs there. I have Golden. I did a Golden Dobbs team the last time I took uh, Jordan Love in Superflex. And the only reason I did it is because Jordan Love fell to like, I think he fell to 195. I was over on this side of the board. And I'm pretty sure he fell to 195. And I was like, or 190. And I'm like, well, I'll go ahead and do it here. But the plan was to take Savion. Finally getting my Pat Bryant shares up, guys. Uh, watch out. I'm in. Like, so for as much Pat Bryant as I have, I don't have that much Bo Nix. I just feel like he is the guaranteed two down wide receiver. And yes, they will definitely rotate people in Denver. Sean Payton will always rotate people. But Pat Bryant, and it's already been kind of hinted at by the coaching staff, like he's a dog at like pass blocking or at blocking for the run, right? Like run blocking. So why would they have him out of the lineup in red zone situations? And if he's aware of that and he blocks well, like remember when Mahomes came into the league and he would like scramble out to his right and the guy would be blocking and then shed off of it and the defender had to decide and Kelsey got a ton of touchdowns doing that. That kind of stuff's going to happen with Evan Ingram and Pat Bryant and Cortland Sutton this year, I believe. Yeah, absolutely. So when Breeze or when Nix was coming into the league, I actually had him, and I was wrong on like Jaden Daniels. I didn't think he sucked. I just thought that the way he played, he could get like he could have an injury plagued career, and I knew like it was obvious his ceiling was number one. But I was actually Bo Nix over Caleb Johnson or Caleb Williams, uh, just because. And my reasoning was, and maybe I'm crazy, but Caleb Williams led the FCS over those 3 years in fumbles. And it's not like NFL defensive ends were going to be worse at strip sacking, you know? So it was something that he'd gotten used to and he hadn't fixed yet. And he started doing things to fix that last year. I just wasn't sure if he would end up doing that. But what I said about Nix was that he was 75% Breeze, 50% Taysom Hill. Like that's kind of what I thought that Bo Nix was. Pat Bryant and Nix are the only good price Broncos. Sutton's fine. I mean, I would have. I didn't have a stream then, so talking about it like now probably just sounds like wish casting from then. But I did like people I knew locally. I like they would always ask me what I thought of players, and they were always like, "Wow, that's bold." I'm like, I live in an area that is mostly Bears fans, so and this was before the draft. I mean, if Dobbs falls all the way back, I'll just run that back. Yeah, Taysom Hill is awesome. Like he is such a fun player to watch. Hey, if you're just popping in, please smash that like for me. And if you've been here for a bit and you are not subbed, please sub. We have a goal. We are going to 253 subs. At 253, PPR Tyler will come on this stream. I will put on a blindfold and I will let him try to guide me as I draft a team. We will obviously load ranks in and basically it might just end up being an auto draft by the end of it. Because like if he tells me to do nothing, like that means the player at the top of the queue is better than me trying to like fumble around, right? Like so it should be fun. Hopefully it's good content. It might be awful. I know that when David Kitchen done his, I believe they did it in a different way. I believe that he just tried to call off a player that was still on the board and the other person selected. All right, so I need two more. So Adonai Mitchell is somebody I'm starting to get really into as well. Um, I'm going to go ahead and take Mitchell here. I take a lot of Slayton. And then, not sure who else I want. I'm going to take Miles Sanders. I didn't realize I need to move Miles Sanders up on my board. Like the report today that he was taking some first team reps is pretty bullish. I know that they probably already are like, man, this Javante guy is not good. That is my read on it. Hey, what's up, Nick? Kitchen drafted normally, but it was like a blind person made the picks. I thought I haven't went back and watched it. I think I thought what it was is that he put a blindfold on and then like he tried to tell them what to pick or something. But I'll have to go back and watch to see what he done. Do you? Yeah, and the Bears. Yep, I remember old Cordell Stewart. Cordell Stewart was awesome. Yeah, I mean, we've all seen Miles Sanders play. Like, how can you? If Miles Sanders, if it's true that he's taking first team reps, like, what else could be the answer than this? Like, I don't. I think it's pretty clear. he what? No, so Cordell Stewart was on the Steelers and then went to the Bears after he left the Steelers because he was a punt returner, a wide receiver, a quarterback. Because I don't think, I can't remember if the Bears played him a quarterback, but he definitely played all different positions for sure. Like as far as an athlete goes, he's absolutely incredible. So I feel solid with this wide receiver room. I know a lot of you probably wouldn't. Uh, with Gibbs, Cook, Hubbard, Swift, Dobbins, Sanders, I feel good about that. So whenever I feel good about something like this, I tack on a late round flyer at quarterback, and having George Pickens here, I'm willing to take him. Having Cedric Tillman, I could just tack on Dylan Gabriel. So I'm going to take one of those two and Savion Williams, assuming nobody pulls up Savion Williams. If somebody takes Savion, oh well. Well, I don't actually have a bring back for the Baltimore game for Baltimore, do I? There is a player down here that I like as a bring back there who went apparently. Keaton Mitchell. Where did Mitchell go? He should still be out here. So Keaton. All right. Where did he go? Oh, wow. Keaton Mitchell at 191. No wonder I missed it. Yeah, so don't have to bring back there. Bringbacks are like secondary. I have one game stacked out pretty well. I have a gigantic bring back in this game. And then I have a decent stack with the Packers. I have a 3 stack with Jordan Love. And I will take Joe Milton at the end. We got a 4-6-8-2. Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Jordan Love, Joe Milton. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, James Cook, Chuba Hubbard, DeAndre Swift, J.K. Dobbins, Miles Sanders. Got the possible stack there, the double stack. We got George Pickens, Matthew Golden, Keon Coleman, Hollywood Brown, Pat Bryant, Cedric Tillman, Adonai Mitchell, Savion Williams, tight end Hawkinson and Tucker Kraft. Whenever this draft goes down, like I will close this poll out. I will make a new poll. See what you guys want to draft next. It will be. Hold on. Why did it? It wasn't closing the poll. There we go. So it will be either a superflex or an eliminator. I guess I could throw in weekly winners too. Actually, I do have a schnauzer left that I'm willing to do as well. So we got the poll. It is up. Yeah, I'll go over Fantasy Dogs team here in a second, and I will also go over Cooler's team. Need to take a drink real quick. Hey, so I seen NWI went to the tent. I haven't heard anything else on it. Yeah, an undisclosed injury. So I'm kind of curious on that. We will go to FK Coolers here. He's got a 4.763. Patrick Mahomes, C.J. Stroud, Aaron Rodgers, and Dylan Gabriel got the bring back in Week 17 there. I like it. Christian McCaffrey, Omarion Hampton, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Warren, Travis Etienne, Dylan Sampson, Woody Marks. Just tons of correlation there. That is fantastic. Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy, Jerry Jeudy, Higgins, Kirk for the double stack. Triple 4 stacks with Houston. That's awesome. And Calvin Austin. And then Dallas Goedert, Freiermuth, Schultz. This is a fantastic team. I may like this team better than the one I drafted. That was Coolers. That was Coolers' team. Then we got Fancy Dog. 3683. Baker, Kyler, Penix, JT, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Rashad White, Isaac Guerrero, Raheem Mostert. I've been debating on starting to click him. I don't mind if you are doing it. Wide receivers: Terry McLaurin, Mike Evans, Olave, Mooney, Shaheed, Egbuka, Pierce, Westbrook, Akine. You got the bring back with Akine. I like it. Kate Otten, JT Sanders, and Juwan Johnson. You got a quad stack with Baker with a single bring back in Akine. I like it. And then you have Michael Penix. Yeah, that's a very solid team as well. All right, look at the draft. Everybody wants to do a Schnauzer. This may be the last one I'm able to do on stream. I'm wanting to do 10 of them slow. I was also wanting to do 10 of the other things slow. And definitely waited too long. And definitely had to do 13 at once. Kyler's fine to not have a stack. He does run a bit. All right, so I'm going to enter this 20-second Schnauzer, and I will enter it in 10 seconds. Kyler, sometimes Harrison goes before that side, and I don't really like anyone else. Like, you could take Connor, but he tends to go on the opposite side of the board other than Harrison. And if Harrison just happens to go in that superflex early, it's hard to... we got 5 more, by the way. It's pretty hard to really stack him. I personally don't feel comfortable stacking anyone with stacking Kyler with Michael Wilson at all. Connor is a fine stack, but Connor tends to go on the opposite side of the board as well. And I take Murray unstacked sometimes. If he is going to run, like they say he's going to run, it's fine. He should give you some floor as well. It's not optimal, but it's fine. And other than McBride, I usually don't like the price of much of that off. I love the price of Connor. I like the price of Kyler, but I feel like MHJ is too high. McBride is fine, but they don't really have another option. We got the Fantasy Dog at the 105. I got the 107. Is that it? Looks like that is it. I thought I was going to get Kamara and or Connor. Yeah, your team was very good. I don't know why you're upset about that. It felt fine to me. You were on the opposite side of the board, right? It's fine to pull somebody up to the other side of the board if you really want. If you're on the end, pulling people up above ADP to get correlation makes some sense. It also could possibly get you a little unique. There is a player I definitely want at this pick. There's a player I only have 4%, a little over 4% on. uh, that I want to be around the field. But whenever I did those 13 at once, I took zero of him out of those 20 drafts, and I went from like 7% down to 4.5. Uh, or maybe I was at 6.5 or something, went down to 4.5. But basically, I dropped a lot on him, and it was Malik Neighbors. I do want to get a ton of Puka. Like Puka's the player I want a lot of, and I do prefer Nico and Brian Thomas to Neighbors, but I just redone my rankings just to make sure I do get some Malik Neighbors, um, because I even though I prefer them, I still want to build out teams with all of these players. I mean, okay, I'm gonna say I'm not gonna pass up Justin Jefferson at 7. But we'll take Malik Neighbors over Puka Nakua for the first time this year. Um, I will not make a habit of that. Yeah, we good, dog. Thanks everybody who's popped in. I appreciate it. I don't know if StreamYard is working for others yet, but I didn't chance it. I went ahead and went back to the old setup. It took me a minute to figure out what I was doing again, but we did. We got what happened to let. Okay, so nothing crazy happened to let the JJ slide all the way to 6. Just people taking the other 5 or the other 4 players that are arguably the same, that are the same tier as him. Yeah, I take Jefferson at 2 every time, but yeah. When you do your rankings, do you raw dog it or do you use the ADP, someone else's? I basically raw dog it. I I filter it in from the ADP on Underdog. Like I do it from their ADP screen, and then I just go in like twice a week and move players around. Basically, um, we'll take the correlation there. I have 14% lad. Uh, I Lad McConkey's such a great pick. Yeah, so basically, whenever I hear news, I just kind of adjust here and there. I do need to go in and move Miles Sanders up a little bit. Um, I actually redone my eliminator rankings today, but I do like a big overhaul once every 2 weeks. But generally, like through the drafts, I'll notice when I have a player too low, and I'll just kind of go in and tweak it as I'm drafting because the rankings are mostly just for me. I don't sell rankings or anything, so there's no reason to not tweak it as I'm drafting. Like whenever I see something, like if I start getting a player I don't like, I don't really love a lot, that means that the market's finally taking them where I was willing to take them. Like JSN, like I don't love JSN for this year. And JSN for a long time was going on this half of the board, and Marvin Harrison was going on this other half. I was mixing Harrison in at like 5% over here, but on the left side of the board, I'm not going to have basically any. So I really like those 2 picks. I think there's a gigantic tier gap right there, but I'm going to go ahead and take a JSN share. I don't take a lot of JSN. I've taken him twice today. Um, like him mixed in now, like the players, I'm 100% Devonte Adams over like in a like if it was a high dollar draft, I'm always taking Brees Hall or Devonte Adams over JSN every time. because I will default to my rankings every time then. Whenever I'm doing these drafts like this, I kind of building out more of a portfolio. Like Devontae Adams feels like a cheat code, and Brees Hall has league winning upside. But I wanted to make sure I don't get behind at wide receiver. A lot of the time when I take Bowers, I take running back, running back. I love the running backs in rounds 5 and 6. And I know that I'm going to love the running backs there. Like, I will take Joe Mixon at 55 every time you allow me to, basically. Um, and I have no problem tapping an elite quarterback here. I have no problem taking a wide receiver here. Um, those two players, I mean, those are definitely the two I want. I have a lot of Travis Hunter. I kind of want to limit that a little more. So sometimes I will take like Devontae Smith here to see if I can push Jalen Hurts all the way around. But I believe so, and that would be possible because AJ Brown went on this side of the board. But I think I just want to lock this up. I think by ADP, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and lock up Jaden Daniels. I'm fine with that. Sorry to the McLaurin draft. Oh, I'm sorry, Fantasy Dog. I didn't realize that was you. You should have shouted at me. He might not have made it anyway. OP Liuke took the top ADP pick anyway, so he probably wasn't making it. I forgot that you game stack that game over and over again. Like the CD, Terry. But you know what? I'm helping your portfolio. You get some Jalen Hurts here. Hurts is a fantastic pick at ADP. So I do apologize, but by my ranks, Jaden Daniels should be going up here around Josh Allen. Now, if he makes it back around to me, I'll take him for correlation purposes. But Joe Mixon, I'm going to keep smashing that pick. I don't care what other people are doing, that other people are scared of Nick Chubb. I am not scared of Nick Chubb. Joe Mixon all offseason was going like basically at the back end around 4, and now he's gonna go in round 6. Like, I don't get it. I just raw dogged the fantasy dog with that pick. You're a smart elite quarterback. Yep. Well, Jaden Daniels is my number 2. I like Jaden over Josh Allen. Yeah, I love that. That's a great saying right there. JJ Dog didn't want to get the Huhames treatment and goes ahead. See, this pick right here scared JJ Dog into a Joe Burrow pick in the 5th round. I mean, Devontae Smith is still here. Okay. Yep. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go ahead and take a Devontae Smith share. 10 picks past ADP. I don't mind that. Since I have the elite quarterback, I don't really have to worry about it. I'm gonna my second quarterback is probably gonna be one of these two, or I could go 3 and go Darnold and one of those two. Like, so I'm pretty much free to just do whatever I want through the rest of this draft. Like, definitely need 3 running backs over the next 4 rounds, or at least 5 rounds. Yeah, like, Fantasy Dog knows it wasn't intentional. he's also a believer in elite quarterback. Um, my exposures wouldn't say that I'm a believer in elite quarterback. I have like 10.5% Jaden, and I'm at the field at Lamar, and I'm like 4% Josh Allen. But like overall, I do like it. As far as Daniels, you do you. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Like, and you shouldn't, even though we're all friendly. Like, if you think a pick is the best pick for your team, you should take it. And with the running quarterbacks, now if this was Joe Burrow and he had Higgins and Chase, like that's a different story, right? But Josh Allen, and there's actually a player I'm wanting to get a share of that I've heard some camp buzz on. Man, this room is just all right. I guess we're doing zero RB. I guess we're going full zero RB here, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get a guy with the double elite onesie. I don't think I could push the next. Like, I have to make sure to get somebody with projectable volume. I like it when you talk about a pick. I'm a yeah, yeah. Like I'm gonna pick ahead of you. I So if Debo comes back, I'm willing to take him. But man, he looked slow in that video yesterday. And then not only did he look really, really slow, then the coach speech index on their on the Patreon on the Discord, the one of the players came out. Let me see if I can find it. And they were talking about how Debo looked super fast. Dan Quinn, uh, Debo Samuel has been very impressive to me, maybe for a different reason than I thought. Playing against him, he was such a difficult person to tackle that you spent so much time figuring out how you're going to tackle him. And somehow, somewhere along the way, I'd forgotten how fast he is until I saw him out here. So Dan Quinn thought that video everyone else thought, where he looked super slow, he thought that he looked fast. I mean, it could be an angles thing, right? Like an angle of a picture matters quite a bit. I feel like it's so difficult to be overweight on a few of the top quarterbacks, even if you like them. And like, this is kind of the cheapest we've ever got elite quarterbacks, right? So, yeah, I'll take Tony Pollard, David Montgomery. That's like the safest running back room you could have to start. Like it as far as like waiting till round 6, I'm definitely going to take some shots on this team with running backs. A guy that I love, his ADP is now around 103, so hopefully I can get him. I'm trying to mix in a little bit more Travis Etienne as well because I have like 18% Tootin and I had 1% Travis Etienne. And I still believe that is the correct stance. But I wouldn't mind getting a couple shares of Etienne in some of these lower dollar things. It is the cheapest, that's for sure. Mispriced all day long. Yeah. That would be hashtag quarterbacks matter. Fantasy dog. Thad knows ball here. Thad right here, he knows ball. Quarterbacks matter. I agree. So this is ugly. I'll go ahead and take Brian Robinson. I don't love that. I actually think there's a big tier break at wide receiver. So I'm going to actually pull up Jaden Higgins and take him instead. Uh, the running backs, I do need to move. I only kind of rate Brian Robinson where I do, so I get some of him. And I don't necessarily love Robinson with Jaden Daniels. If I didn't have Jaden, I probably would have clicked B Rob. But Robinson only had 20 receptions last year, and Eckler had like 40, or he had 35. And Eckler played in a lot fewer games. Uh, so if we go look, that's the wrong sheet, at receptions by running back. Eckler right here, he played 12 games, had 35. So that's 4 receptions a game ish. And then Robinson played in 14 and only had 20. So that's why I would prefer to have Eckler on this team, and he's cheaper. So I definitely want, like, that will be a target for me. Almost any time I get Jaden Daniels, I'm shooting for one of those guys. Like either Eckler or Zach Ertz. And with Bowers, I'm probably not going to try to force myself to take Zach Ertz. Justin Fields goes here. I like that. Ballin 85. No Garrett Wilson. Right in front of the Garrett Wilson drafter. Gotta love it. Is my boy going to be available for me? If not, that's fine. I will take a shot at a wide receiver. All right. Add to the 23% Scatabo. Team right now, we have a 1-3-4-1. Jaden Daniels, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Cam Scatabo. We got the Week 17 bring back with and team stack with Malik Neighbors as well. So we got Scatabo, and then we got Malik Neighbors, JSN, Devonta Smith at a 10-pick discount, Jaden Higgins. We pulled up 10 picks, and then Brock Bowers at tight end. So we are building out a decent game stack for the Raiders and Giants here. I don't mind this. I don't mind this at all. We didn't get the Dallas piece that we wanted coming back, and George Pickens. Somebody, I assume Fantasy Dog was going to take him, but he didn't even make it to Fantasy Dog. Eckler or Ertz on every Daniels team? Absolutely. One of the players that, if you're following Coach Speak Index, there's a player that is starting to get a little bit of buzz on the Commanders, and I'm probably going to tack them on in the 18th round in this draft. Very, very low owned player, and whenever that comes around, I will read off all of the stuff that Coach Speak Index was saying about this player. And if you have Coach Speak Index, you probably already know. So this is what I mean. Like, after this, I'll probably go drop Luther Burden. I don't love that price on Luther Burden. I definitely want Shaheed here. Number one, because I already have a rookie. But number two, like, I have, like, Neighbors. Yes, he has elite ceiling, but he also has floor. JSN to me is kind of more of a floor play. Higgins is a rookie, but when he gets to speed, I believe he'll be a floor play as well. So, and Devonta Smith, I view as a shot guy. So adding another shot guy and Shaheed is kind of what this team needs. What and or just, I know, just wanted you to get your say in, my man. Oh, I see. Fantasy Dog there with the alley oop to Thad. I love it. Yeah, this will probably be my last draft. I need to fire up my grill, cook some spare ribs, so I have food for the next couple days at work. I got stuck right there, end up picking. Well, I think we know who your last round pick is. You only have one tight end, so hopefully Ferguson's available at 140, or you can pull him up. I would recommend to push him, but that's fully up to you. Like, you have Terry McLaurin, and backstacking Dak is possible. There's two late round options, one that we both love. Uh, but yeah, it's fine. You got McLaurin here. Oh, you also have Kyler. I see. It's a third guy. Yeah, that's probably not optimal, but it's fine. Oh, yeah, I forget. I always forget about Blue. I don't really click him very often. I mean, okay. Yeah, I'll take Bateman here. I like Bateman as a pick. I need to stop clicking as much Bashaw Tootin. So that's why I did that. But yeah, we got our wide receiver room, like, probably out of seventh, but it'll be at the very, very end. The team right now: Jaden Daniels, David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Cam Scatabo. Wide receivers: Malik Neighbors, JSN, Devonta Smith, Jaden Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Rashad Bateman. Tight end: Brock Bowers. Feels very strong. Definitely going to go 6 running backs here, but I think this looks really strong so far. I definitely want to get. I'm going to pull a certain player up, probably, but we'll see how it goes. Shoemaker, low owned Dallas leverage. There you go. What's up, Tyler? Thank you for popping in. For anybody who is not aware of Tyler's and the Fantasy Sanctuary, head on over there, sub to them. They put out good content. They have everything from rookie guides to best ball. We doing awesome. Is StreamYard back up? Because Typhel Tower's on here in what, an hour? Or no, it's on in 40 minutes. So I know StreamYard was messing up. I actually went and used the Streamlabs since I still had it set up. All right, so I need a running back here. I'll go ahead and pull up Austin Eckler. I don't know why that didn't pop up. All right, good. Good deal. Right? Yeah, if you can't do it, you can't do it, right? Like it's there we go. Fantasy Dog gets the game stack. We got yeah, I was kind of worried because I think you on the YouTube side there was an issue. So like whenever I go on Streamlabs to look at the schedule, it follows everything from YouTube. Like it all pops up on the schedule. It was taking a long time for it to load, and it's been laggy this whole time. So it might be an issue from the YouTube side more. I don't know though. I'm not a tech, I'm not the tech savvy, know exactly what crashed, or I haven't really heard either. I just know everyone's stream stopped at the same time and nobody streamed for the next 2 hours. So The chat definitely got more something, that's for sure. Absolutely. So yeah, I'm fine with. Let's see, where did Jacoby Myers go? Jacoby went on this side, and that guy only has one. So do I want. Do I want to pull him up? Or do I want to end up going 3 quarterbacks? I think. I mean, if Garindo's here, I'm probably just taking Garindo and pushing it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take Garindo. Um, if Gino comes back to me, great. If not, I still have 2 backstacking options. I have the Jackson Dart thing, I have the Sam Darnold thing, and I have the Tyler Shuck thing. And I probably go if I get Gino, I'm comfortable stopping at 2. If I don't get Gino, I'm probably not comfortable stopping at 2. But I think the Garindo pick makes this worth it for sure. Yeah. Sounds like it was a Google Cloud Service issue. Okay. That would make sense because StreamYard like basically forces you to use Chrome. Uh so that would make a ton of sense if that's what it was. Like you can bring up stuff on non-Chrome, but it definitely looks like it pushes you towards trying to use Chrome. Here's the pick. Here's the Geno pick. He did not take Geno. So, question is, where did Jack Best go? Jack Best went on that side of the board too. I'm going to go ahead and push it. I'm going to go ahead and push it and take Zach Ertz. If I don't get him, I don't get him. Like, I'm fine with that as well. Yeah, we're gonna gamble on this one. Uh, I mean, I guess I probably just should have taken Gino. I didn't realize Ertz's ADP was 173, but I definitely wanted the Zach Ertz, Austin Eckler stack here, so I don't mind doing this at all. Like if I, all of the Vegas drafted players they're all on the right side of me, but I don't get them back. It's fine. I got question is, do I even like? I don't even know if I want Sam Darnold if he comes to me. I think I would prefer to take. I mean, I definitely want Dart. I'll go ahead and take Darnold, and then the next the next time around, take Dart. If he's still there, he should be. Since I have neighbors, most likely nobody's going to double tap. I look at the quarterback situations. He's got 3. This guy still only has 1. What does he have built out? He has AJ Brown, Dunze. Maybe that guy is auto drafting. I don't know. And then he's got 2 with an elite. He's got 2 with an elite. So I'm going to go ahead and take Sam Darnold. One of my only, like, I don't have a lot of Sam Darnold. One of my BBMs has Sam Darnold because with Bestball Guy, he was available in the very last round. So I will take that advance rate anytime it's available. This also opens me up to being able to take like a Jalen Coker in the last round if I want as a bringback. I do still want to take the one player I was kind of talking about earlier. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that player is auto drafting in the 8 hole. It looks like all of these picks would be behind ADP, except maybe Ingram. So, like Ayuk as well. So I'm going to guess that I Can Win is winning by auto drafting a single quarterback. But thanks everybody again coming out. We got sorry, yeah, Dead Air is fantastic, ain't it? Looks like, yeah, he's definitely auto drafting. It looks like off ranks. I will smash Jackson Dart here. Make sure I get him. Uh, get the double stack with Scatabo and Neighbors. I have the bring back on Bowers. We got the JSN pick here. Going to stop at these 2 tight ends. So I could, like, I definitely need a 6th running back. So Miles Sanders is the absolute pick that I want. You are welcome to take him if you want, Fantasy Dog. Then Giddens, and just kind of straight off of ADP. I don't really see anybody that I would love to have here other than these players. Like Devin Neal's actually a team correlation with Rashid Shaheed. I at least have 2 guys who, like 3 guys with Eckler, Pollard, and Montgomery that have solid roles. I could be talked into Trevor Etienne as a bring back on this game actually. If my running backs felt a little stronger up top, like if David Montgomery was Chuba instead, or not Chuba, but like Joe Mixon, if that was Mixon instead of Montgomery, I would probably feel comfortable enough putting ETN in there as a bring back. But I may not have a choice. I may just have to. I have stopped clicking Marshawn Lloyd. But Keaton Mitchell, I don't really have a reason to take Keaton Mitchell here. Teams always look better with an elite quarterback and elite tight end. I don't know. Like, the elite tight end does make it harder to build out. It really does. But if you stay in your lane and you make sure you get your wide receiver firepower and at least 2 and probably 3 running backs that are projected to be starters, like those teams do feel really good. All right, we have a surprise pick for the last pick. I don't think anybody on that side, nobody is ever going to take them. So we're going to take Luke McCaffrey with our last pick here. Just because this is a time box tournament. It's going to be open for a little while, but there was some pretty bullish coach speak today on Luke McCaffrey about how last year he was awesome for 7-on-7, but he's worked really hard on being able to get off the line. So a lot of people in America can run routes on air, and in 7-on-7 gets hard when somebody's pressing on you man-to-man and you break them off and win after the catch. Those are the things I've seen from him this offseason. As a really polished receiver, he's a really polished route runner. And then it goes on. He was fairly new to the position last year. And before that, Luke McCaffrey's limit to how far he can go physically is way out there. He's very tough-minded what I saw this year, the detail of the footwork, the route running, and it was so evident. Let me make the pick. And it was so evident of the work that he put in during the time away from here. I already knew when he was an absolute dog competitor. So then to see the technique and footwork to go with it, that made me really smile. If the competitor is right, you can match the skill part to it. You really have something. Like, so they said a lot of things about Luke McCaffrey, and if with Diami Brown having, or not Diami Brown, Noah Brown having the issues, Noah Brown going in for an MRI, and Deebo Samuel looking as slow as ever, there may be opportunity this year. What do they say? Never wrong, just early. I the first time I've made this click this year. So, but that's the reason I made it. We have a 3-6-7-2 quarterback: Jaden Daniels, Sam Darnold, Jackson Dart. Running backs: David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Cam Scatabo, Austin Eckler, Isaac Guerrero, and DJ Giddens. Wide receivers: Malik Neighbors, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Devonta Smith, Jaden Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Rashad Bateman, Luke McCaffrey. Tight ends: Brock Bowers and Zach Ertz. What's a schnauzer? That is, I'll show you the 186,000 entries. It's a $3 20 max, 100 or 500,000 prize pool. Advancement through the first 14 is 2 of 12, and then it's a 1 of 10 into a 1 of 10 into a 310 seat final. There's 10%, 10.4% rake. First place is $100,000 on a $3 tournament. You got second, 50,000. So you scroll down at 310, you get $100 back. So if you max this tournament and you make the finals, you make $40. And you, not only did you make $40, but you also have the chance to play for $100,000. And if you finish in the top 10%, you get $750 back on a $60 entry. So you make $690 if you get top 30. Basically, like 31st would be 10%, so that's 500. But basically, top 10% make $690. If my math is right, I think my math is right. Yeah, 690. So, and getting through the first round, you get your money back. Getting to the second round, you get 6. So, I have done. We'll go ahead and go to them. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Why can't I read? Reading hard. I've done 8 of these. I'm going to do the last few as slows. That way I have different information. This is the one I just done. This is the one I done yesterday on stream. That was it? That was your 20th? Nice. Yeah, so I've got 12 more, but I'm wanting to do at least 8 of them slow. I'm probably going to try to do 10 of them slow because so the contest is, so the last schnauzer filled, I did 11. I have 9 slows going right now. It filled a week and a half ago, I think. So you have 8 minis left. I actually have like, I think I've done 40-ish minis. I'm going to actually hammer out some minis tonight. I don't know. Are you doing a main on your stream or not? Like if you're doing a mini, I'll join it. But I was planning on doing a mini or 2 tonight. But no, I really love this contest. But yeah, I have 9 slows going of the first one. That way I've dripped in information. So like I think is this one. Yeah, so like the one that the numbers first are all those. So like here, I was on the clock on a couple of these. Was it this one? Basically, I've been on the clock on several of these where news had came in. So on the puppies, right? The contest is closed, and I've taken J.K. Dobbins at 160 and like 4 of them because his price is going to go up. We know the landing spot. Not only did I get J.K. Dobbins at 160, but I also correlated that with the Week 17 bringback on almost every one of those teams because I've taken a lot of Mahomes in these slows. Um, but yeah. Anyway, do a main and a mini. Nice. Well, whenever you do the mini, I will be there. I'm actually, that's probably perfect because I'm getting ready to fire up my grill. Thanks everybody for stopping in. If you are not subbed over there to Big Draft Energy, head on over there. He goes live in 19 minutes. As well, go to, and also Typhel Tower goes live at that same time. So pick your poison. Both streams are awesome. I didn't shout out who was it? It was Anthony, Best Ball on Call. I forgot to shout him out earlier. I'm sure the community here knows Best Ball on Call. But give him a follow. He is awesome with the community. He's finally starting to be able to stream more often. So that's fantastic. He's a really easy listen. So, and my mind is a weapon. Yeah, I forgot to shout him out. My mind is a weapon. Sleazeball. If you go over to Big Draft Energy's chat, he will be in there. Sleazeball puts out content usually right after Big Draft Energy. So, hey, what's up, Alex? You're coming in just as I'm getting ready to log off. Sorry, sir. I will go over the team that I just drafted, though. That way you don't feel left out. I feel like it was a pretty solid team. It was 3-6-7-2. Jaden Daniels, Sam Darnold, Jackson Dart, all stacked. David Montgomery, Tony Pollard, Scatabo, Eckler, Garendo, Giddens. Wide receivers, Neighbors, JSN, Devonta Smith, Jaden Higgins, Rashid Shaheed, Rashad Bateman. I love these 6 wide receivers, so I took a shot based on the new coach speak with Luke McCaffrey. Then we got Brock Bowers and Zach Ertz. So we got a triple stack, wide receiver, tight end, and running back with Jaden Daniels. We have Darnold with his top weapon. We have a double stack with a bring back here. The only game we got to bring back was here, but that was the focus, so it's all good. Like, I was going to take Miles Sanders over Giddens, but he went right before that. I like the team. Thanks, everybody, for showing up. Hopefully, so I'm probably going to be able to stream in the evening on Sunday night a little earlier. I might be able to hit my 4 o'clock normal time. I'm not sure. Have family coming in. They live like 6 hours away. They'll be leaving that night. So they'll probably be leaving like 3 p.m. So I might be able to be available at 4 or 5 p.m. on Sunday evening. I'm not sure yet, but I will be live that night. I won't be able to the next 2 nights. But thanks for coming out. Peace out. Take care.